Daylight without warning. A Richmond County mother says a stranger shot her at her home on Sunday. An incident report says that stranger, who authorities identified as Dion Hamilton, had come by earlier asking about drugs. This is video of him leaving her home earlier in the day. The mother and her husband say they told Hamilton they had none and told him to leave their property. Then she says Hamilton came back shortly after and started shooting. Hallie Turner is live for us in the newsroom. And Hallie, you've been digging into Hamilton's criminal history. You found he was actually out on parole for another violent crime when this shooting happened.
Yeah, well, in 2018, he was sentenced to 15 years for aggravated assault and just got out nearly a year ago to date to serve the rest on probations. Bookings show that they've also added a simple battery charge onto his other 4 charges from Sunday's arrest. And Dion Hamilton may be a stranger to Sunday's victims, but court records reveal he's no stranger to violence. This mother shot in broad daylight nearly a week ago. Doctors unsure she will walk again, but they are sure of one thing.
And being told that, I do need to prepare myself, that my life will not be the same as it was.
Leaving her with unanswered questions.
My whole thing is like, why would you do that? Like, what was the purpose of that?
Court documents show a string of Dion Hamilton's crimes dating back a decade, anything from burglary to aggravated assault. We found more than 9 misdemeanors and 3 felonies, all starting in 2010. And the severity of his crimes escalate. In April of 2016, he pleaded guilty to simple battery after punching a man in the face twice. 2 years later, in 2018, he pleaded guilty again to simple battery after reports say he hit his roommate in the head with a blunt object. A month later that same year, he pleaded guilty to aggravated assault after he hit a woman in the face with a handgun. He was also charged with possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. He was sentenced to 15 years, only serving 4 behind bars and the rest on parole. So he should be on parole until 2033. But in July of this year, documents show he picked up another simple battery charge after hitting his girlfriend in the face with an open hand, just months before this victim would take a bullet in her back. So the question is, should this convicted felon have been out on the streets in the first place? Why was he not put back in prison for a parole violation that happened in July? The case is still open, but we're working to find out those answers.
And just so hard to watch that video, Hallie. Thanks for sharing that with us. And that mother tells us that she is doing okay and recovering this evening. Hamilton is still in jail tonight.